It's morning. Your alarm goes off, your feet aren't even on the floor yet, and your brain is already running an endless list. You're zipping a lunchbox with one hand, you're trying to work an email from the other hand, your kid is standing right next to you, asking you something, and you have no idea what, because your brain has already left the room. Somehow, you got through the whole day. Dinner, bath time, the fight about who gets the blue cup and who did or didn't brush their teeth, and finally, everyone's asleep. That's the one quiet moment that's actually yours. And that's exactly when your brain picks back up, running the list again, what you forgot, what's due tomorrow, and the thing you said you'd handle and didn't. Here's the part that makes it worse. You already tried to fix this. You built the color-coded calendar. Blue for work, green for kids, a little pink block time for you. You set reminders, you bought the planner that everyone in your feed swears by, and you still stood in your kitchen this week, coffee gone cold in your hand, calendar right there on the counter thinking, why do I still feel like I'm drowning? You did everything right, and it still didn't work. So today, we're not asking, what's wrong with me? We're asking a better question. What if the calendar was never going to fix this? So first, you are not bad at this, okay? Say that to yourself right now, because I mean it. Picture a leaky pipe under your sink. Every day, water drips onto the floor, and every day, you grab a towel and you wipe it up. And that's what overwhelm feels like. Mopping up the same puddle day after day after day, and never fixing the actual leak. And overwhelm itself, think of it like a smoke alarm. The beeping isn't the fire. The beeping is just telling you that something is going on, right? Something's burning somewhere. So if you take the batteries out, the beeping goes away, right? But there's still a problem. There's still smoke in the house. Now here's today's picture. Picture a toolbox. One tool inside of it, a wrench. A wrench is great if the problem is a loose bolt, right? You twist it, done. Feels amazing. But what if the pipe itself is cracked? You can twist that wrench all day on a cracked pipe, but it doesn't matter because water's still coming through. A wrench was built to fix looseness. It was never built to fix the crack. So look at it like this. Your calendar is the wrench. It's built to fix looseness. Too much floating around, nothing locked in place. So sometimes it helps, but when the pipe is cracked, when the way your whole day is built keeps leaking no matter how you schedule it, the calendar can't touch that. Not because you used it wrong, but because it was never made for that job. That's why you can follow a perfect color-coded calendar and still feel exactly as overwhelmed as before. You didn't fail the tool. The tool was never going to reach that crack. So here's the one belief I want you to walk away with. Overwhelm is not a time problem. It's a systems problem. And here's why that matters so much. Once you stop fixing the wrong thing, here's what starts to look different. Picture your alarm going off. And instead of your brain sprinting straight into the list, you actually lie there a second. You breathe. The list can wait 10 more seconds. That's it. 10 seconds that used to belong to the panic now belongs to you. Picture dinner. Your kid is telling you some long, rambling story about their day. And you're actually in it. Not just like nodding along while you tab through your brain and see what's open for tomorrow's schedule. And you even laugh at the right part because you actually heard it and you actually thought it was funny. And your kid ate that up. So now picture lying down at night in the same quiet moment that usually turns into a replay of everything that you forgot to do. Except tonight, the list doesn't show up. Not because you willed it away, but because there's nothing leaking underneath it that needs replaying. You're not feeling heavy anymore. You're not feeling so overwhelmed. That's not a fantasy. That's just what happens once you fix the actual crack. Once you fix what's below it all. So instead of mopping the same floor tonight, tomorrow, and the night after that, instead of fixing the pipe. So you're probably saying, well, if it's not the calendar, what the heck is it? Well, let's make it simple. The calendar tells you when something happens. It says nothing about how it happens. Your calendar can say, get your kids ready, 7 to 7:45, great. But if you can't find your son's other shoe, you know, the one that somehow never has its pair, it can't stop your daughter from deciding at 7:40 that she suddenly hates the shirt she picked out herself 10 minutes ago. And it definitely can't remember that the lunch boxes are in the dishwasher and not the cabinet, because you're the only person in the house who's ever known that. None of that is a time problem. That's the system or the program that's running underneath that time slot. The system is simple. It's just the way something is built to run, whether anyone's paying attention or not. And right now, most of your systems were never built. They just happened, one rushed morning at a time. Nobody sat down and designed it. And that's the crack in the pipe, not your calendar. And here's the part that matters most. You cannot fix a system by scheduling it more carefully. You can only fix it by changing how it is built. Same with your evenings, same with your mental list that starts the second your head hits the pillow. It's not a time problem, a system nobody built. So your brain built one for you, running all day, whether you asked it to or not. This is why more advice can make things even worse. A new planner doesn't touch the system. It just hands the same cracked pipe another towel. Now you're carrying the mental load and the guilt of failing a planner that was never built to fix this. Here's the reframe in one sentence. You don't need a better schedule. You need a better built system underneath it all. So what do you do tonight? Not a new system, just one small thing. So tonight, think back over the day and pick one moment and ask yourself, was that a time problem or something that was never really built? Here's how to tell. If it's, I just scheduled too much in 1 hour, that's timing. A calendar tweak might help. But if it's, this exact thing happens every single day, no matter how I plan it, the shoe that's never where it should be, being the only one who remembers the dentist, the mental list that starts the second it's quiet, that's not timing. That's the leak. That's the crack. So don't fix it just yet. Just find it. Say it out loud if you want. That one's a system problem, not a time problem. That's the whole assignment. 2 minutes tonight. Now, remember, you are not failing at time management. You've been using a wrench on a crack. No amount of twisting it was ever going to fix that. Overwhelm isn't proof you can't keep up. It's the internal alarm telling you that your system underneath your day was never built. It just started happening to you. So tonight, find one moment that's a system problem, not a time problem, and just name it. And if you remember one thing, you do not need a better schedule. You need a better built foundation, a better built system underneath it all. Now here's what I haven't told you yet. Once you can spot the crack, most moms try to fix it the same old way. Another app, a new routine, maybe a slightly nicer wrench or some shiny new tool, right? And it'll let you down again. Not because you're not trying hard enough. Because right now, you're only working with one tool in that toolbox. And there are actually a few different tools built for completely different cracks. So once you know what they are, you stop guessing which one to grab. So that's next, the actual toolbox. Not another calendar hack, the real thing that solves it underneath it all. Now, feel proud of yourself today, right? Because you just found the actual crack instead of grabbing another towel. You finally started to understand what's underneath it all so we can get the right tool to fix it. Now, I'm not here to ask you to buy anything today or send me your email or whatever. Just like or subscribe, share if this is helpful for you, right? And that's enough for one video. So go watch the next one. It walks you through the real toolbox. I will link it right here below. See you there.